Samasthaya, having practiced Sankhya of the Sankhya philosophy, Acharya, by the great teachers, Abhishuttataha, worshipped, Trayanam, three, Api, certainly, Lokanam, of the birds, Upshanti, Upshant, Upshantyai, for the deliverance, Samahita, fixed in trance. Translation. Even now, Kapila Muni is staying there in a trance for the deliverance of the conditioned souls in the three worlds. And all the acharyas or great teachers of the system of Sankhya philosophy are worshipping him. Hare Krishna. Shloka 36. Etan nigadita tata yat prishtoham tava naga kapilasya cha samvado devahutyascha pavanam. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear son, since you have inquired for me, I have answered. O sinless one, the descriptions of Kapila Deva and his mother and their activities are the purest of all pure discourses. Hare Krishna. Shloka 37. Yadam manushrunoti yo vidyate Kapila munir matam atma yoga goyam Bhagavati krittatihi suparnaketa upalabhate bhagavata padarvindam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada Ki Jai. The description and dealings of Kapila Deva and his mother is very confidential, and anyone who hears or reads this narration becomes a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is carried by Garuda, and he therefore enters into the abode of the Supreme Lord to engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Purport. The narration of Kapila Deva and his mother, Devahuti, is so perfect and transcendental that even if one only hears or reads this description, he achieves the highest perfectional goal of life. For he engages in the loving service of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no doubt that Devahuti, who had the Supreme Lord as a son, and who followed the instructions of Kapila Dev so nicely, attained the highest perfection of life. Hare Krishna. We'll do the Mangala Charan prayer, dear devotees. Om Namo Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishnabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Dharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So good morning, everybody, and Hare Krishna to you all. This brings the conclusion of chapter 33 of the third canto. So, what we'll do is we will revise what are the key points as Prabhupada has given in his purports and see how we could apply this in our day to day lives. So, what it is chapter 33 is bringing the conclusion of teachings of Kapil Dev to his mother. So, Canto 3 talks about the status quo. Status quo is things as they are. So, understanding things as they are, and that's what Kapila Dev did. He explained to Mother Devahuti, you know, at the high level, what is matter and what is spirit, the distinction of these two realities. And also, it further goes on once we understand the uh, distinction between matter and spirit, then what are the how one, when he gets this kind of knowledge, would then gravitate towards devotional service. And that's where Kapila Dev he glorifies the devotional bhakti, he glorifies bhakti, which is in fact the ultimate goal of life and the path to liberation. So in Bhagavad Gita, there are three main sections, as you know. One is the Karma Yoga, then there is the Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. And all these paths are leading to some kind of a liberation, but the ultimate liberation is only achieved through Bhakti Yoga. So the first um, summarization, what we can learn from this chapter is the supremacy of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate. In fact, it is given, there are these different processes of how to attain liberation. Liberation from what? Liberation from the cycle of birth, old age, disease, death. And we are trapped in this cycle because we identify the spirit, we are spirit, we identify with matter. That yes, I am this body, and that ahamta mamata, I and mine, comes into the picture. And through that, all the anarthas get accumulated. Then, we get trapped in this birth, old age, disease, death repeatedly since time immemorial. So, what Bhakti Yoga does is it gets liberation from all this. Of course, even through Karma Yoga, it is just a gradual process. However, the liberation that one achieves through Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga isn't complete, it is only temporary. And then again, one gets into the cycle of birth, old age, disease, and death. So you can look at the other two paths as a temporary respite, as some kind of a little bit of relief. And then again, we are trapped in here. But with Bhakti Yoga, one completely breaks away the bonds of these material entanglement, ahamta and mamata, because the person has a very good understanding of who I am. So there is something called ego. Ego is the sense of I-ness, I am. That is the ego. But in a material condition, it is called the false ego because I think I am the body and everything in relationship to the body is mine. However, when we get onto the path of Bhakti Yoga, we get the spiritual knowledge, what Kapila Deva has shared with his mother, to understand what is spirit, what is matter. Then, in such a situation, dear devotees, one understands the true identity. I am the spirit soul, Aham Brahmasmi, and what is my nature, what is my purpose, what is my duty. Jivera Swarupaha Krishnera Nityadas. I'm part and parcel of Krishna, and being the part, I'm meant to serve the whole. So every activity, thought, word, deed, whatever else that one engages in when he has this knowledge, puts it into practice, correct? then he is on the right path, and that is the path of liberation. Incidentally, Bhakti Yoga is also the easiest. The other things require a lot of austerities, require a lot of mind control and things like that, which is impossible in this day age, correct? Because it's so turbulent. There is so much of disturbances all around. So it is like climbing a staircase, it is said, to go right up on the top of a skyscraper. Imagine you're climbing the Empire State Building to go up wherever they have that viewing galleries, taking the step. What happens here? And instead of that, you just get into an elevator and press the top button, and up you go. So this is Bhakti Yoga is compared to the elevator. So the glories of Bhakti is what is described in this. Now, the second important point is equality in Bhakti. Bhakti doesn't discriminate. Bhakti is the only process which is non discriminatory, it is non sectarian, it is open to everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, who you have been. It is dealing with what you are now and what you can become. That is what Bhakti Yoga is. So, whether it is your gender, male, female, whether it is your ashram, whether you're a student, whether you're a retired, you're a sannyasi, doesn't matter. Whatever stage of life you are in, whatever you have done or not done, Bhakti Yoga is all encompassing. Everyone is welcome. And that's what Srila Prabhupada did. On the instructions of his Guru Maharaj, he came here. Whom? Whom did Prabhupada live with? Whom did Prabhupada serve? Whom did Prabhupada convert from degraded conditions of life to become Paramhansas, his disciples? Who were they? They were all hippies. They had rejected society, and society had rejected them. They were finding for answers, doing drugs, indiscriminate sex, and every kind of activities they were indulging in, getting nowhere. What did Prabhupada do? He came here and accepted everyone. Why? Because Prabhupada is a pure devotee. That is what Bhakti Yoga is all about. So, Bhakti Yoga is there's the equality in Bhakti Yoga. No one, nobody is disbarred from that. Hare Krishna. The other aspect, not only is it non-sectarian, it is extremely compassionate. It's, if you look at it, is bhakti brings about compassion. It doesn't judge anybody. It doesn't reject anybody. It accepts people. So, okay, this is what is the condition. Understandable. Para dukha dukhi. That's what a true devotee is. He empathizes, he feels the pain of others, and he wants to alleviate that condition. Then the third point is the importance of sadhu sangha, importance of association of devotees. So association of pure devotees is necessary. Why? Why is it necessary to develop one's bhakti? It is simply because people on the same path, correct? You are the company you keep. So in this sadhu sangha, we get to learn, we get inspiration, we get correction, correct? We get encouragement. So much it becomes like a whole support group is what sadhu sangha. Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are reading it in the evening, every evening, Monday to Friday. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it said, right? साधु संग सर्व शास्त्र कहे लव मात्र sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoye. People do so much of tapasya, penance, this, that to get some kind of power. But just simply associating even for a fraction of a second with a sadhu, a pure devotee, can whatever is the perfection one wants, he can easily attain it. Hare Krishna. Now the question is, here it says association of pure devotees. So who is a pure devotee? And Jayadvaita Swami, I remember this long time back, many, many years ago, another devotee from our congregation, he and there was a new person who had just joined a few months, used to do a lot of seva. And we went and we met with Maharaj. So this other person introduced this new devotee, and he told, like after Maharaj gave his class, and he told Maharaj, "Oh Maharaj, this is a very nice devotee." We have this way of saying, "Oh Maharaj, this is a very nice devotee." So Maharaj looked down at him and he says, "Oh, really? How many bad devotees do you know?" You understand? Maharaj made it like a joke, but there was such a profound instruction that you can get from this. How many bad devotees that you know? So in our Sangha, what happens is there can be friction. There is shortcomings in me, there is a shortcoming in another person. But our nature is such, instead of reflecting internally, we're always looking outside. Oh, this is not being done. Oh, leadership should do this. Oh, this is not proper. Oh, this one did that. Oh, this, all these things, we are all the time pointing fingers, fingers, fingers. But for ourselves, so what the instructions acharyas give us, and we can learn this from, so much. Be strict with yourself and very lenient to others, not the other way around. We are very lenient. When something is not there, we will always have a reason of why it is like this, why it is like that. Correct? But with other person, we expect the best of all behaviors. So this is what the association of devotee and pure devotees is. Then the process of bhakti described. We know the nine processes, right? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. So there are these nine processes of bhakti, and any one you follow it diligently, you can get that perfection. Any one of them, you do it. However, easier than all of that in this age of Kali is simply chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How easy is that? How easy is that? So, this age of Kali, Mahaprabhu came and he said, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram eva kevalam. In the Shastra, is described. That's what Mahaprabhu came and showed us how. Yeah. So, just simply chanting, and chanting is so easy, it doesn't require anything. You could chant even in the morning, you get up and straight away hold your japa and do it. There are great, great devotees. Gopal Guru, there was this devotee who couldn't stop chanting. And when he would go to the latrine, he would hold his tongue because he thought, oh, I'm going in an unclean place and, I'm defecating and the holy name is so pure. And Gopal, a young boy, hardly 5, 7 years, young kid in Mahaprabhu's company, he went and told him, Arre, don't you know that chanting, is so pure? You can chant anytime, anywhere. And from that day, he got the name Guru, Gopal Guru. Uh, uh, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj's spiritual master, Gaur Kishore Babaji, used to go in the public toilet in that area and chant. Why? Because everyone would come disturbing him. Oh, please bless me. They would ask for material gains. Please bless me. Please bless me. And people don't go into, these, it's stinky and all that. That's where he used to do. So, see, this is the beauty and glory of the holy name. Doesn't matter. Even there's so much of dirt inside us, worse than a public toilets in India, I'm talking about. Yeah. But still, you could chant and it would clean everything. Cheto Darpana Majanam. Then it also talks about devotion over dry knowledge. Many a times, knowledge kind of intellect stimulates the intellect. And then we see, oh, I know so much, I know so much. Yesterday, there was a discussion, and Prem Sarovar Radha Mataji was giving class, and another Mataji asked her that, so much information I got, so much I learned today. And that's what happens when we are in Sangha. Remember, I said that we learn so much things. There's always something new to learn. And however, that learning, we have to be very, very careful because that learning, even with material knowledge, knowledge is great if it's put into practice, but that knowledge can also become a burden which will dull the curiosity of wanting to know more. So ignorance is not knowing. Ignorance is not wanting to know. So we say, now we know, I've read the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, I've read the Chaitanya Charitamrita. I also finished my Bhagavatam. And I've listened to so many classes. I know, yes, yes. Patram Pushpam Phalam, yes, I know. I know the purport behind it. I know the essence behind it. I may even know all the shlokas that I would be able to do. I may be able to give nice class. I can give nice explanation. I can convince people nicely. Yeah. but then over a time it becomes just dry and it leads to speculation. So, to keep it ever fresh, we should always be wanting to know more and more and putting it into practice more and more. Otherwise, what happens is, what did Prabhupada say? Um, religion without philosophy, religion without philosophy is fanaticism, and philosophy without religion is mental speculation. So religion is, of course, the word of God, anything which tells who you are, who God is, and what's the connection and how to go about reconnecting. That's what religion is all about. So not just having that knowledge and not putting into practice is, simply we'll become scholars. Then it also talks about what was Kapila Dev? He's the one who delineated the Sankhya Yoga analytical study. So this study, which becomes very, very analytical and technical, finally culminates into devotional service. So any knowledge, and that's what Mahaprabhu did when he was a young kid as Nimai. He was a great scholar. And once he had this bhakti, what he did, everything, even grammar, he connected it to Krishna. Hare Krishna. So then, of course, bhakti is final, is what is it? It is glory to the Supreme Lord. So Mother Devahuti knows who her son is, and she offers all her prayers and respect, expressing gratitude, correct, for what she has received. There is instructions for us in this, dear devotee, that there is so much that people are doing for us that we take for granted. We take it for granted. There's so much happening behind the scenes. We don't even know who they are, and we just think it's happening. Uh, just look, even in our temple congregation, we come in, right? You come in, there's the beautiful darshan of the deity. There's a lot of effort which has gone behind that. There is someone who actually came and attention to detail, small, small things. Not just the cleanliness, but how the deities are decorated. And, there is so much behind the scene. We don't even know who dressed the deities today, who made the bhoga for the deities today. There is some devotee who's spending his time there, his or her time there, doing all this thing. And we come in over there, aha, such a nice shringar is there. And then we may take photographs and we like to look at the photograph of the darshan. Yes, very nice. It is great. But please understand that there are so many people we don't even know about have made all this possible for us to have this darshan. So we should be thoughtful. We should be very thoughtful that, oh, all this is there. And through that, have a sense of gratitude and appreciation. A small little prayer, thank you for what you have done for us. Whether it is, we are sitting in class, even the association that we have with other devotees, even if it is just social association, we should appreciate people and not just devotees. We should appreciate everybody. My Guru Maharaj says, if you love Krishna, how can you hate anybody? So we have this discrimination. Oh, karmi, oh, mlecha, oh, this, oh, that. No, that really isn't what bhakti is all about. So so, in conclusion, Srila Prabhupada in this has emphasized that the ultimate purpose is to engage in bhakti, loving devotional service to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, dear devotees, we have 5 minutes. If anyone has a question or a comment, realization, you could please unmute. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, if there are no comments or
Hare
questions,
Krishna, Nityananda Prabhu, Haribo.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay, so the last shloka in this chapter gives the Shruti, right?
Is that?
Fal, fal milega.
हाँ हाँ
Right. So the last shloka is, so that talks about only this chapter, or it's for the entire conversation between mother and son?
it
If, the
culminates, Prabhuji. So it starts many chapters. I forget which chapter it starts from. It culminates into this is what the result of all what you have learned, all what you have heard. That's where the result is. उसका वो फल है. So it is not specific to this chapter alone. The
Okay.
entire, and actually, if you look at it is no different from any other. And that's the thing about Shastra. Shastra will always, always culminate into love of God. Anything. So it will start from the base and finally it will bring it up to love of God. Even Bhagavad Gita, what is it? Bhagavad Gita says, abandon all varieties of religion, surrender unto me. Krishna's, the instruction, surrender unto me is that. But how do you surrender? Mahaprabhu came here and showed how you surrender bhakti. So everything is culminates into bhakti. But of course, sometimes we only leave it halfway. We don't want to go all the way. And then we'll try other processes, this, that, or whatever else it is. Even yoga, Ashtanga yoga, which is so popular nowadays, people are doing it. They are again doing it for the benefit of the body. But the real purpose of yoga is bhakti. The body is a tool, body is a machine. I take care of it, I would be able to use it in the service of Krishna and Krishna's. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, where Mother Devahuti took a samadhi, where is that place?
I don't know. We can find out maybe Madhupati.
Siddhapad, they said, but in the book it said Siddhapad, but where is that located? I was just curious to know.
I do not know. I do not know where it is. And maybe some scholar or someone more learned, Madhupati Prabhu or somebody else. We can find that out. That's a very interesting point to note.
Because they gave a place for the Kapil Dev where he took a,
Siddhapur is the
Yeah,
in
Prabhu?
Siddhapur is a place in Gujarat
Okay.
near Palanpur. From Ahmedabad, it's 1.5 hour.
Okay.
But I thought that few verses back we were reading about Mother Devahuti finally changed into a river.
Okay.
So she merged into a river. So I can find some quote and Mataji we can post in the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya and
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
okay.
Over to you, Madhupati Prabhu.
Oh, thank you very much, Amita Babu. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. Very auspicious day of Ekadasi. Minimally fasting from grains and wheat and increasing our Krishna consciousness. There will be a Ekadasi Kirtan at the temple in the evening from 7 to 9 p.m. And the Pana time tomorrow is from 7:20 to 10:29 a.m. after our class. It's Putrada Ekadasi. Yeah. Okay. I would like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shino Shingo, Jaina Shingo, Jai Jaina Shingo, Alladesh, Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Pringam, Ugravira Maha,
Graviram Mahavishnu,
Sarutam
Jalantam Sarotomukham,
Nrsimham
Narsingham
Bhadram
Vishnam
Nityam
Bhadram
Mrityunjaya
Mrityumurti Namamyam.
नरसिंह भगवान की जय प्रहलाद
Jai,
महाराज की जय।
Jai.
Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas.
Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhaveja patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Vaishnavinda ki jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Hari Hari.
Hari 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 Bol.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.